2D platformers and side scrollers, one of the earliest genres of gaming. ये genre ना सिर्फ घर है कई brilliant games का, but also a golden age of gaming. ये वो टाइम था जहाँ पर majority of the developers का focus was not to create some hi-fi stories that players needed to sit through, but rather creating an extremely fun to play and time killer video game. जहाँ पर main focus was not to create some three-dimensional character with a lot of depth, but rather a medium that allows you to interact with top-notch stages with a rock-solid level design. Due to which, इस genre के अंदर ढेर सारी video games आती हैं that are worthy of being called one of the best games ever made. And today, we will be checking out some of them. So hey you all, Isham the Great here, and these are top 5 best 2D platformers ever made. Now अगर मैं तुम्हें कैसलवेनिया की कोई गेम नेम करने को कहूँ, chances are Symphony of the Night, Lords of Shadows, Aria of Sorrow, या फिर even Lament of Innocence. But even before this, Castlevania was a well-renowned series, especially famous among 2D action platformer fans. And अगर तुम मेरे से पूछो कि उस डिजाइन फिलॉसफी से इंस्पायर्ड बेस्ट गेम कौन सी है, तो my answer would be Rondo of Blood. Rondo of Blood वो सारी चीजें जो पुरानी Castlevania को ग्रेट बनाती हैं, उन्हें मास्टर करा, and what you are left with is a title that totally deserves a spot on this list. The music is banger, the replayability is insane, and stages are genuinely fun. जहाँ पर previous game में pits were the shortest route to heaven, इस game में majority of them lead to completely different stages and bosses. You also have a backflip that comes in handy for dodging some attacks, and each sub-weapon has 2 sets of attack, consuming your hearts on the basis of their power. सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, फन डबल करने के लिए तुम एक न्यू प्लेबल कैरेक्टर नेम्ड मरिया को अनलॉक कर सकते हो, जिसके पास अपनी यूनिक एबिलिटीज हैं, एंड इज अ प्रीटी सॉलिड अल्टरनेटिव फॉर न्यूकमर्स. सिम्फनी ऑफ द नाइट भले ही वाज अ परफेक्ट एवोल्यूशन, बट रोंडो ऑफ ब्लड वाज अ ट्रिब्यूट टू व्हाट केम बिफोर. एंड द फैक्ट कि ये गेम मेरे जैसे नॉन कैसलवेनिया फैन को भी अपील कर सकती है, रियली स्पीक्स समथिंग इन इटसेल्फ. Alright, let me get this right out of the bat. मैंने इसके अलावा कोई भी मेगामैन गेम नहीं खेली है. I haven't played the OG Mega Man series, not even the Legend spin-offs, or even the Zero series for the GBA. But one game that I do have played is Mega Man X. And oh my god, it was one hell of a time. सबसे पहले, you have built-in replayability Mega Man is known for, जहाँ पर तुम हर एक बॉस को, हर एक स्टेजेस को अपने डिजायर्ड ऑर्डर में टैकल कर सकते हो. Then you have upgrades, जो तुम्हें और बॉसेस को बीट करने में हेल्प करेंगी. And when you combine it with an edgy tone, a music that kicks ass, brilliant set pieces and extremely solid level design, you have yourself a game which is certified SNES banger that still is worth your time. Now before मैं आगे बढ़ूं, मैं एक चीज क्लियर करना चाहता हूं कि इसके बाद वाली लिस्ट काफी कंट्रोवर्शियल होने वाली है, and I know कि many of you guys are gonna come at me, but it's just an opinion. So yeah, no need to crucify me on the cross of cancel culture. Anyways, now when you think of platformers, how can you forget about the redhead plumber and his and his contribution? अब क्योंकि Mario has had so many amazing games, it's hard to pick which one is the best. Some would argue it's Super Mario 3, but others like me would argue it's Super Mario World. First of all, you have one of the most iconic additions to Mario's cast, Yoshi. His additions brings a whole new depth to the gameplay because of how many unique and interesting power-ups he provides. You also have a lot of secret exits which encourage you to thoroughly explore each and every level. Then you have Cape Feather, again an awesome ability. God, I love how this thing totally allows you to fly all over the level. And finally you have a solid musical score coupled with extremely fun to play yet decently challenging stages, which gives it a status as one of the holy grails of 2D platformers. You guys already know I am no stranger to Sonic, and how much I love this character. Sonic might have had a rough time recently, but back in the Genesis day, he was unstoppable, easily earning his status as one of the most consistent franchises. And if you ask me which one 2D title is the best, my answer will always be Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This game took everything that made previous entries great, perfecting and expanding it in every way possible. You have a solid story with amazing continuity and great characters, of course at the time it came out. A solid music as expected from a Sonic game, extremely consistent and some of the best levels in Sonic's history. जहाँ पर पिछली गेम में तुम्हें स्पेशल स्टेज ऑफर करी जाती थी, Sonic 3 में तुम्हें उन्हें एक्सप्लोर करके खुद फाइंड करना पड़ता है, and they don't disappoint either. Then you have Sonic का amazing moveset that encourages replayability, and to top it all off, अगर तुम Sonic 3 वाले पार्ट में सारे Chaos Emeralds कलेक्ट कर लेते हो, so you get an exclusive chance to play as Hypersonic, and if that was not enough, you have 2 separate endings depending on whether you collected them or not. And while Sonic 3 and Knuckles is undoubtedly another holy grail of 2D platformers, it fades in comparison to our number 1 spot. So number 1 spot पर है Undertale.
And मेरा favorite platform game है Undertale.
What? Why wasn't I told?
Hey, इससे पहले तुम कहो कि मैं गेमिंग जनरेशन को हेट करता हूँ, तो लेट मी मेक इट वेरी क्लियर, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. कम ऑन यार, इतनी तो टांग खिंचाई चलती है। नाउ जोक्स अपार्ट, फाइनली नंबर 1 स्पॉट की विनर है नन अदर देन डोंकी कॉन्ग कंट्री 2 डीडी कॉन्ग्स क्वेस्ट। एंड ओ माय गॉड, दिस गेम इज सो गुड। भले मैं स्ट्रांगली बिलीव करता हूँ कि कोई भी गेम इस दुनिया में परफेक्ट नहीं है, बट DKC2 इज एन एक्सेप्शन। आई मीन, अगर मैं बहुत एक्सट्रीम लेवल का नेट पिक करूँ तो मैं फिर भी सोनिक 3 की एंड सुपर मारियो वर्ल्ड में से फ्लॉस ढूंढ निकालूंगा, बट इन दिस गेम there aren't. This game took everything that made DKC1 great, improved, expanded, fixed what didn't work and perfected it. जहाँ पर पिछले DKC में the whole thing was just to move from left to right, DKC2 में you will sure be doing that, but then some climbing and highly vertical levels are thrown as well to spice things up. Not only that, तुम्हें लेवल्स में अलग अलग तरह के टोकन्स भी मिलते हैं, each with their own functionality, further encouraging exploration. कुछ का यूज तुम हिडन वर्ल्ड्स को एक्सेस करने के लिए कर सकते हो, तो कुछ का मिनी गेम्स खेलने के लिए टू अर्न सम रिवॉर्ड्स। एंड अगर तुम्हें सीक्रेट लेवल्स ढूंढने में परेशानी हो रही है, यू कैन विजिट एंड आस्क योर गुड ओल्ड क्रैंकी कॉन्ग फॉर हेल्प। यू आल्सो हैव अ ब्रांड न्यू पार्टनर मैकेनिक, जहां पर तुम पार्टनर्स को यूज करके ऐसे एरियाज को एक्सेस कर सकते हो दैट वर इनएक्सेसिबल बिफोर। एंड ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट, each partner has his own pros and cons. Like Dixie भले ही हल्की slow है, but has a helicopter move to her arsenal that helps in precise platforming and comes in handy to skip some harder parts of the levels. On the flip side, Diddy has a faster movement speed. Also as an icing on the cake, you have hands down the best controls to ever grace a platformer, and a challenge while being tough as nails still is perfectly balanced. Sure, I love Sonic 3K more, but not giving number 1 spot to this game would have been a big injustice towards this masterpiece and a big mark of shame on my head. And there you have it. वीडियो पसंद आया लाइक करो, चैनल पे नहीं हो तो सब्सक्राइब करो, एंड डू कमेंट कि तुम्हारी टॉप 5 पिक्स कौन सी हैं। टिल देन, आई विल सी यू गाइस इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो। गुड बाय।